Hello everyone, hi, how are you guys doing? Welcome back to another episode of The Boys Reaction. This is Road Live, and my name is Matt. Hello. So, how are you guys doing today? I might be super tired. Oh yeah, I said this on Hannibal, but not on The Boys, but I got my vaccine shot, the first one, like a couple days ago, and I didn't think I got any side effects until like I realized that I've been falling asleep like every couple hours. Like it was like 2 days after I got it, and then I was like, wait a second, and then I realized that I slept for like 17 hours this one time, and I did wake up in between those times, but I kept going back to bed out of nowhere, and I realized I was extremely fatigued. And so that kind of fucked with my entire life for a couple days. So if this video gets delayed in some ways or shape or fashion, then blame it on the AstraZeneca. But yeah, anyway. Other than that, I feel okay right now. Though after this recording, I might just go to bed and die for a couple hours. But for now, I'm good. So, okay. Anyway, that out of the way. The Boys. So what happened last time? Okay, so last time on The Boys. Okay, we had the whole thing happening on was it the sea? It was the ocean, the sea, whatever. It was on the sea, and we were on a boat. I think it was called My Big Wet Dream. So we were there and we got attacked by Deep, and then we rammed the boat into a whale and we killed the whale. The whale's name was Lucy, and then the six, seven, whatever, everyone showed up and Deep talked to them. And then they were all after the boys, and then they got Huey, and then Homelander was like kill Huey to Starlight, and then Butcher sent Kenji in order to save him, and then Kenji ran away. Kimiko went after him, and then both of them were attacked by Stormfront, which apparently is the name of a neo-Nazi site. So I learned that in between before and now. So that explains why her name is Stormfront. So and then she killed Kenji and showed up that she is also a sociopath and also a racist. So that happened. It was a very educational episode. We learned a lot in that episode. It ended with, well, also Homelander doesn't seem to like Stormfront too, and Kimiko she had this look of like, I will get my revenge. So that's happening. But something I want to mention before we begin with the episode is the fact that Butcher did sacrifice his shot at getting Becca, because he had to give Kenji to the CIA, and he sacrificed that in order to rescue Huey after MM gave him the talk of don't let your canary die. So that happened, and I don't think I mentioned that very much during the review of the previous episode, even though I should have. So yeah, that happened, and I just want to point that out because we like to see Butcher as a heartless motherfucker, and in many ways he is, but in that one instance he did decide, you know what, I'm gonna save the kid. So okay, he did that, and that was kind of neat. Man, something I always forget to bring up is the fact that this is the banner for The Boys Season 2 on Prime Video, and I really like it. I really do like this one. This banner is pretty good. I liked it a lot. Fucking Homelander's face really makes it. Okay, sure. Let's begin with the episode. The Boys Season 2 Episode 4. Let's go. Give her a hug. No, that was a little bit too much. I read the subtitle and it said Madeline. There's no chance you're alive. This has to be a dream. This is a dream, or he hired a shapeshifter to look like her so he could bang her or whatever. We had a shapeshifter in season 1, like...
Liberty, you mentioned that before.
Oh yeah.
Second tier suit, active in the 70s.
I was thinking this might be like Homelander's mom or something. When I was editing, I saw this. I forgot to mention it during previous review. But like, they brought it up so she has to matter.
I found Becca.
Oh.
It's my fault you stopped searching for her.
Oh, she feels guilty.
I put a target on Homelander's back and pointed you right at him.
This is still going. What is this? This is real. But she's not still well. I think this is a shapeshifter of some sort.
Maybe time to tear out the weeds.
Oh, maybe
Start all over.
maybe this is inside his mind. This is himself convincing himself to do crazy shit.
Oh.
Change back.
Shape-shifting.
Back. I'm sorry. I can only hold a shape for so long.
Okay, it is shape-shifting. I'm so glad they brought this person back.
That's okay. Come here.
Oh, I'm so glad it was Doppelganger. Because I fucking remember. But why did it change back into the fat guy? Well, I'm assuming that's the original shape then. I'm so glad I got it right. I'm so glad it was fucking Doppelganger.
How is it possible that you're dumber than you look?
Who's gonna walk in?
Hey, Homelander.
What of all people? Okay, cool.
Huey Campbell broke my fucking heart worse than anyone has.
That is a good lie.
Because I'm not a murderer and I won't straight up execute someone, then go ahead.
You're not lying.
She wasn't lying. I mean, she was like 5% lying. Noir, hi, hello.
Would you like an almond joy?
Butcher!
Do you mean William Butcher?
Not even. Just you know.
I'll keep you posted when we find them. Or I can look right now. Just run a facial recognition search.
He's just sitting there menacingly.
Me.
Oh, Noir is so good though. He's not necessarily a good person, but he's so good though. Put on the hoodie!
I can't do this anymore.
Man. I feel so bad for Annie. Oh, he's taking his place. Oh, that fucker's taking his place. Shockwave's coming in. They're replacing A-Train.
A-Train, you're out. Out of what? Out
Instant.
of 7.
There we go.
I doubt you're even cracking the top 20 anymore, and that makes a 7. Me look pretty ridiculous.
MM doesn't like this. MM's like, shut up, children.
Hey, this ain't no little Vegas road trip, okay? You only know no date either. Just chill. Not your goddamn chaperone.
Fuck you, MM. That was kind of fun, though. That was such a good scene. Okay, what is
If you love
this?
someone, you will never let them go.
Wow. Is this a Yandere?
My brother died. Wanted to make her feel better.
You thought a kiss would make her feel better or you feel better?
Yes.
You think that by saving her, you can make amends for all the people you hurt.
Oh. I like that she doubles as his therapist.
My pops, he'd always ask for samples. Now, this place had 31 flavors, and that man would taste each and every flavor every time we'd go up in there. There'd be a line all the way out the door. People would be mad as hell. Yelling, saying, yo, my man, get your fucking ice cream and bounce. You think that stopped them?
Oh, this is wonderful.
Of course, now I give a year off my life just to be able to see that man going through spoon after spoon just one last time.
Oh.
To fathers and sugar.
Oh, this scene is so good.
Dry wipe it?
What?
Come here.
Oh my god, MM is such a dad. Oh. Oh. Oh, you know what I'm thinking about? What I said last episode. What if Homelander shows up, kills Becca, and then they pin it on Butcher, and then he makes the child believe that Butcher killed her? A little bit.
Oh my god! That was so good. That was really good.
Oh, this is such a good series of scenes. What is this?
How have you been?
Not great.
Started a private security company.
I'm totally not the most wanted person in the entire country.
We have a gay hero.
Really? Who in the 7 is gay?
Queen Maeve.
Mm.
A strong, proud lesbian with a beautiful girlfriend, Elena. So proud of her. Honestly, Maeve, I am really, really happy for you.
I don't believe you.
One super terrorist
No!
has already gotten through.
No.
More will come.
Oh no. What is Kimiko gonna do? Please, Kimiko, don't fucking die. I want Friend to just show up and stop her or something. Yes! Yes, Frenchie, I love you.
Bart wasn't about to let this one black man put his foot on their necks. So they hired teams of lawyers, paid off judges. But my father never gave up. Just found him hunched over that typewriter dead at 55.
I was 11 years old. My brother Myron, he was driving.
Brother. And he ran into Liberty.
Car was involved in a robbery tonight.
No, it wasn't. I had it. I don't know nothing about any robbery.
I am a hero for killing a black piece of shit like you.
There we go. There's Liberty. She's probably Homelander's mom. I'm just gonna go and say. Oh my god! Ah!
When that man from Vought, when he showed up and he offered us that money, we just took it. $2,000.
Not even. Just.
That is what my brother's life was worth.
We're learning some stuff.
Liberty.
Oh. Oh. Ah. She's immortal.
Like what, like 70 years old?
She's immortal.
But who knows what Compound V can do? I mean, maybe she doesn't age like a regular person.
And Stormfront might be Homelander's mom. I don't know why I'm super hung up on that theory, but like, dude.
It's just a man with a disease. Passed it down to me, and if I'm not too careful, I might end up passing it down to my...
She has no sympathy for bitch. Oh my god. Tried to say his city again. Oh, he's getting angry at memes. He's getting angry at memes. He's freaking out about memes. He's just looking at memes, just losing his mind. Oh, this is wonderful. Oh, there's gonna be a confrontation. Oh, this is gonna be great. Stormfront just got upgraded. Plot upgraded. Even if he does something, I feel like she's immortal.
I clearly pushed you a little far. I'm sorry. You don't need 50 million people to love you. You need 5 million people fucking pissed. Emotion sells. Anger sells.
Oh my god.
You have fans. I have soldiers. I think that you are everything we should be.
White, blonde, blue-eyed. Perfect.
Change with the times. God knows I did. I'm always here. Door is always open for anything.
I'm not giving up on the theory that she's his mom. She's not gonna abandon her child.
It's Ryan back here about, not us.
Yeah, and then what? And then Vought raises him without a mother, right? Then we have Homelander all over again, and there's 2 fucking assholes in this world.
Start a new family.
I have a son!
He's a fucking suit freak.
Don't say that. Well then, that's Seal said.
You were wrong about me, do you know that? You put me on this pedestal. And the truth is, I never knew how to save you. And when I found out I was pregnant, I went to Vaughn. I didn't come to you. I can't.
Jesus. This is really good. Why? Why did it do that? Why did that motherfucker do that? You should have your hoodies on, you 2 idiots.
Yes, that's your wife.
Oh, that's what we're doing. I feel like Shapeshifter's gonna die. I'm just saying that. This is such a creepy thing. It's so fucked up. Like, I'm so glad Shapeshifter came back. It was such a one-off random thing. And I'm so glad that he called it too. It's crumbling.
I don't need anyone.
Oh man. Yes, that's never a good line to hear. Oh, that's never a good thing to hear. Oh, he's gonna kill you. How is this gonna go?
It's not even gay.
If it's yourself.
It's yourself, right?
Oh my god.
It's your strength.
This is wonderful. No. A little bit. I like that he's telling that to himself.
Love me. I don't
Yeah.
need you.
Goodbye, shapeshifter. I like that he just killed himself. That's good. I like that it didn't change back or anything either. That was good. That was good. Oh, I like that a lot. Dude, this is like the only show that I've known where the entire time that I'm watching a scene, so like the entire time, I'm just like worried that out of nowhere someone's gonna get split in half by a laser beam. Like, I feel like this is the only show where I have that concern. And it's not even that specific, it's just the idea of someone just dying, just randomly. Like, I feel like this is the only show where that happens, because, like, to the point that it kind of handicaps my enjoyment out of some scenes. Like, the entire time we're hanging out with Starlight and and we meet the woman, whoever she was, I'm sorry, and Huey, I'm just like waiting for just randomly to hear Homelander's voice, or for a laser beam to just kill someone in the scene just randomly off screen, just like do the classic thing where someone is talking and the line gets interrupted. Like, you see it in the subtitles, there's like a line and then death. I'm expecting for that to happen, and this is the only show where that happens, because like, and that is this is what the show has done to me, and while that hasn't happened yet, I feel like this is the kind of show where that would happen, though, where you're just having a scene, and it's a nice scene, and characters are talking, and it's fun, and it's nice, and you're like, oh, I like this. Wait. It's wrong to feel safe in the show. And then laser beam dead instantly. Like, that's what I'm waiting for. The only thing that makes me kind of not have that as hard is the idea that if any character in the main cast is gonna die, like or Huey or or Starlight or anyone, I feel like it's not gonna be just like that. I feel like it's gonna be a matter of like, it's going to be a build up, and it's going to be like a proper send-off goodbye. They're going to die doing something meaningful kind of thing. Or like, it's not going to be that, but we're going to give it the proper attention that it needs. It's not going to be just dead, because that would be too cruel. Like, it's a character that we know and love. Like, why would you do that? So, like, that is the only thing that stops me from feeling that as hard. But even then, Homelander is such a threat, and he's so unstable that I'm just like, I'm waiting for any scene to be disrupted by Homelander just killing someone in the scene. Okay, anyway, there's some stuff to talk about with this episode, and it's weird because I'm super hungry. So, okay, let's load up the episode again, and I'll start to just go over it so we can talk about it properly. I just kind of want to immediately talk about Stormfront. Just right away. Stormfront might be the strongest superhero. More than Homelander? And like, the only reason I say that is because she's being built up to be that. Like, because Stormfront just got upgraded from just being like this random mischievous girl that maybe was hired by Mr. Edgar to just fuck some shit up. And she just got upgraded from that, from random social media girl to this woman's been around since the 70s. So like 50 years ago? They said no one has seen her since 79, so 89, 99, 2009, 2019. So like 40 whatever years. This woman's been around since then. Fucking. So, okay, so here's the thing. So when we saw Liberty, I was like, okay, Liberty, American themed, white woman, probably from what we see on the posters. And I didn't talk about Liberty during the review of previous episode. I want to point that out because I didn't. I forgot about it, and then when I was editing the episode, I was like, oh yeah, that was the thing that they mentioned. That's probably going to matter. I should have talked about that. And the first thing I thought about when I saw that was like, maybe that's Homelander's mom. Because, you know, American themed, white woman, whatever. It was the 70s, so maybe she's the person. Because Homelander wasn't grown in a test tube. They had a baby, and then they jammed it up with fucking Compound B. So maybe the reason why Homelander's so overpowered is because he was already the son of a soup, like Liberty, and then he also got the Compound B on top of that, and then he became Homelander, which is fucking the strongest hero in the Northern Planet or whatever. So maybe that's the thing. But now I'm like, it's so weird because Stormfront just got upgraded from random chick, social media chick, into immortal being that is like 100 years old or whatever. I don't know how old she is. 60, 70. Easy. So she's, let's say that she's like twice the age of everyone else on the 7. Twice the age of Homelander, give or take. Oh my fucking god. Like, oh, I just remember the scene where she punched the dude. Of course, she's racist. Just straight up, that's her character. She's racist, and I love that she understands that all you need to do is to just make a rally of hatred, not one of adoration, just hatred, because it's like, oh yeah, that works better. We can see in real life comparison that actually works better. All you need to do is to just rally people under a flag of hatred towards a whatever thing you want to. Like, people will group and rally together and follow your cause if you can convince them that them are the bad ones. We need to fucking kill them. Whoever them is, it's them. And they're against us. So it's fucking gonna kill him. So that's what Stormfront is doing. She's rallying people against them. Them kind of being the soup terrorists, and also VOD is not doing enough. And that is winning over Homelander's numbers a little bit. And the reason behind that is because Homelander is like, oh yeah, America. Oh, I'm a vanilla justice superhero. I'm Superman. I'm the greatest. I'm the goodest. And Stormfront is like, that fucking asshole's not doing jack shit. Listen, guys, we need to do something here. Like, fucking selling the toys and like, she's actually paying attention to the fact that all of this is just capitalistic bullshit. It's all the numbers and social media shit. She's actually being honest and aware about that. And people go like, yeah, that's true. I believe you. You speak the real truth, Stormfront. Hell yeah, I'll kill a black person for you. I'll kill a black bastard. Like Liam Neeson. I never actually... I don't want to talk about the Liam Neeson stuff because I actually don't know how much of it was cool and how much of it wasn't. But it's just... I don't know. Whatever. Let's not talk about the Liam Neeson situation. I don't know him personally. So, we can talk about Stormfront though. And the fact that she's been racist for like 50 years. She never changed her mind. Never. Ever. So that's something. It's like, that is something just to her core then. Because like, I feel like if you're alive for like, I don't know, 10 years. I've been alive for 24. And I feel like if you're alive for, I don't know, 10 years, you're able to learn new information, process new information, adapt your views, and change as a person fundamentally. It doesn't necessarily have to be a thing of like, oh, she got better, she stopped being racist. But like, change a little bit? She hasn't changed a single bit. Back then, she was like, oh, a black person is just gonna kill him. Now, she's like, oh, a black person is just gonna kill him. So like, she hasn't changed at all. Which is crazy to me, because she's like 60 years old. Unless... because she doesn't age, because she might be immortal or whatever. Maybe his superpower is not aging, immortality. Because that is what immortality is, isn't it? It's not necessarily indestructibility. Indestructibility, or whatever you might want to call it, is not being able to be killed. But if she's immortal, she's just not able to age or die of old age. So that might be what her superpower is. Maybe that's it. And now that we've established that, and also we've established before that Bod was made by what the fuck his name was. I think his last name was Bod, actually. That's what the name of the company was at. Maybe Stormfront was one of the Nazi superheroes, because Bod was making shit for the Nazi regime. And eventually they were like, you know what? I feel the winds of change. You know, I'm not, I don't think I'm down with this dude anymore. I feel like he's going to lose. Like, that's the thing. Is that I don't think he switched sides because of a change of heart, of like ideology. But changed sides because maybe she's bought. How about that? But she changed sides to the Allied side, to the Americans, because they realized that the Americans were gonna win. They have like the upper hand, so they were like, "Well, fuck it. Let's bring the Americans in. Let's go over there and let's help them out." But maybe Stormfront was a hero from the old guard, from the Nazi days, and they were like, "Listen, Stormfront, you're gonna come with us because we're gonna need you to come with us. Otherwise, you're gonna die." So, and Stormfront was like, "Okay, fine. I still hate black people though." And then she just continued to be a superhero since then. But she continued to murder random black people in America, maybe. I mean, that's it. Not just black people, also Asians. She's also racist against Asians. We did see that. Just anyone who's not just some white, just pure white. Let's talk about fucking... okay, whatever. Stormfront is Homelander's mom. That is my... I'm assuming that. Also, that scene that Homelander and Stormfront had, I kind of like that. Because the way that scene ended, it really made me feel like Stormfront was like... again, was kind of like Homelander's mom. She said, "Okay, just know, I'll always be here. Door is always open for anything." And she had this look when Homelander walked away. She had a very clear look of like, I don't know what that was. It was like a little bit of pride, I want to say, or like acknowledgement. I don't know what emotion that was, but it really felt something like that. So I'm thinking she is his mom. If she doesn't age, she could be his mom. Also, she could be bought. She could straight up be bought. Like, actually, she was the person that created this whole thing. She could be. Anyway. Back to the episode. I love that they brought Shapeshifter back. I love. Whenever Homelander's feeling down, his go-to movie is Taxi Driver starring Robert De Niro. Homelander relates to De Niro's character Travis Bickle because both of them feel a threat to their white male privilege and both feel entitled to lash out with violence because of it. I never watched Taxi Driver, but alright, I kind of don't want to now. Okay, that's really good. That's really good. A friend of mine just sent me a meme that says petition to not allow Jeff Bezos to re-entry to Earth. It's like a petition in change.r. I'm gonna sign that later for funs and giggles. Anyway, so I love that they brought Shapeshifter back. Because like when it was happening, I was like, "You're not real." And I was like, "Is this like a dream?" But then the scene didn't cut as if it was a dream and then it came back to it. So I was like, "No, this is real." But like she's dead. She couldn't be deader than she was. Like there's no way she wasn't dead when we saw her, because her brain got disintegrated. Like nothing. And then she got exploded. Like she's dead. And then I thought, well, this is a world where there are superheroes, there are superpowers, so you can kind of do whatever you want. So I was like, okay, what can we do? I was like, well, resurrection, that's kind of like a big thing to just introduce right like off screen. So what about Shapeshifter was a superhero that literally changed shapes in the previous season and turned into that. It turned into a fat dude in order. Well, now we know that it turned into a hot girl in order to fuck the dude, and then it turned into a fat dude, and then it shapeshifted back, and then they like blackmail that politician with that. So I like that Shapeshifter came back, and Homelander uses Shapeshifter in order to feel better. Like, Homelander is like, I need Madeline Stallwell. I'll need her, and I need her tits, and I need her milk, and I need her to treat me like I'm his little boy. So then he hires Shapeshifter, puts him on like a random cabin, and goes like, all right, Shapeshifter, I'm gonna give you like, I don't know, like $1 million per hour if you go and pretend to be Madeline Stillwell and to give me mommy milkies. And Shapeshifter was like, fuck it, I'll take it. I don't give a shit. That's a lot of money. I was like, what I'm gonna do is say no to Homelander? Alright, fuck it. So Shapeshifter was like, alright, this is a nice gig. I'll take it. So they do that, but then there's this moment where he starts changing back. And Homelander's like, oh, stop, Shapeshifter, fix it. And she's like, oh, sorry, okay, we're good. And Homelander's like, we're good. Okay, and then he again falls on her lap, and it takes like 20 seconds before he feels comfortable, and then they go back to the routine, and it's like, oh my god, dude. But then I like that at the end of the episode, Homelander's changed a little bit. Homelander decides, I don't need anyone. I don't need anyone to love me. I don't need anyone's adoration. Which is, in a way, worse than where he already was, which is it's a difficult thing to be at. Because, like, if in some way you can say, like, okay, it's good that he... I mean, it's not good, but it's like better for him to like crave affection in some way, adoration. He doesn't anymore. He just doesn't care at all. And because he doesn't care, that's worse. Because in some way he was bound by a shamble of humanity, the desire to be wanted, the desire to be needed, because he never had that. But now Stormfront just kind of made him just, you don't need people to love you. Fuck it, you're the most powerful man on earth. Why do you need anyone to love you, to accept you, to acknowledge you? Fuck it. And then Homelander is like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't need anyone but myself. And I love that Shapeshifter heard that, and Shapeshifter was like, got it. And then he transformed into Homelander. And then he was like, oh, I'm gonna suck your cock, big boy. And it's like, it's not gay if it's with yourself. Which is the funniest fucking meme line ever. Because that is literally a meme template. Speaking of memes, Homelander was getting rattled by watching memes this episode. This was a good episode. It's not gay if it's with yourself. I want to see the meme, because there's like legitimate memes. It's like a meme template. Oh, I get actually Homelander results if I Google that. Where's the meme template that I've seen though? There's a good meme template, which is just like a follow up of like seven thought process thing. But anyway. I love that happened. But then Homelander has this thing where... And here's the thing, is that I didn't think Homelander would like it. And I like that he didn't. Because I never saw Homelander as the kind of person that loved himself, in the sense of, I love looking at the mirror and seeing myself and I'm like, oh, I'm so wonderful. Like, it's not that. He's just the kind of person that likes to be in control. He's the kind of person that loves me as like an entity, everything that I do, and the fact that I can do whatever I want, and that I'm super powerful. But it doesn't look he doesn't love looking at himself and being like, oh, I'm so good. It's not that. It's the idea that I have ultimate control. I have ultimate power. Me, that guy who looks like me, that's not me. That's just doppelganger. I'm me. Like, that's the thing. Is that the thing that doppelganger did only would work if you were the kind of person that would love to look yourself in the mirror, love to smell your own farts. Like, I love the sound of my own voice. Kind of character. Like, fucking... Would Dio from JoJo would fall for that? I mean, he wouldn't fall for it. Because it's not like he was tricking him. But would Dio fuck himself? That is a legitimate question that I don't have an answer for. That is a really good question. I'm going to post that to my friend. Question. Would Dio fuck himself if given the chance? Okay. I'll report back with their answer if they reply within the next whatever amount of time we're recording this for. So, I don't think Homelander is the kind of person that would fuck himself, because I don't think he loves himself in that way. He just loves the idea of, I can do whatever I want. Me, this entity, right now. Like, you guys don't get to hear the me and feel the me, because you only get to see me in third person. I can feel myself in first person, and that's what Homelander loves. My friend replied, absolutely. Okay, good. Dio would fall for the doppelganger thing of fuck yourself. He would get a blowjob from doppelganger. Homelander would not. Dio would. Okay, anyway. Moving on. Okay, what else? Here's the thing, is that I love that he killed doppelganger being himself, because in some way, he's killing himself right now. He's killing his, like, last semblance of humanity. He's killing that. He's like, I don't need anything. I don't need anyone. I don't need to be loved. I don't need nothing. Fuck it. Die. And I like that he killed him and it was himself. It's poetic. I love that. I love that so much. All right. So, okay, moving on. What happened? What else happened in this? Oh, I love MM. I love MM in this episode, and Ashley. There were so many good scenes. Like, Hugh and Ashley are just Ashley. What am I saying? Ashley. Annie. Hugh and Annie are hanging out in the car. They're singing, and it was awesome. And I like that MM was like their dad, just driving them around. And there's this really nice scene, and it might actually be my favorite scene in the entire episode. And it's the scene where MM and Annie eats a donut, and she's like, "Oh, that's so good." And MM is like, "Do you want to get a room together?" And Annie has this. I love this little detail. Is the fact that Annie has this moment where she doesn't understand what he means, and MM is like, no, not you and Huey, because Annie like looks over Huey, and MM is like, no, not you and Huey, you and the donut, and she's like, oh, I'm sorry when my mom never let me have these, because we were always on diet or whatever, because mom always raised her to be perfect, which just sucks. But I love that Annie explained that, and she was like, also when my dad would allow me to go to Dunkin' Donuts and he would order this, and I would love that, and it's like a good memory for her. And then MM opens up and explains that oh, I didn't put the both stories together, but he talks about his dad taking MM to like they would go to the donor shop and then, or ice cream or whatever, and he would order samples for every flavor, 31 flavors, and he would just eat the sample and eat the other sample and eat the other sample, and there would be an entire line of people outside being like, fucking old man, just fucking get your ice cream and leave, man. And he's like, oh, fucking another sample. And MM would just want for the earth to swallow him. And then he's like, now I would give anything to just hear that old man just order another fucking flavor ice cream. And it's like, yeah, man. And then Addie asks when did he pass away? And my mom is like, it's 16 years ago, which is like rough. It's like, yeah, life goes by, passes by. And then I didn't realize that it was the same person in the story when he talks to the woman here. Let me look the X-ray. Valerie, that's her name. Valerie. And it's not that it doesn't make any sense, but like it's a matter of like I didn't realize that MM talked about his dad twice in this episode. For some reason my brain didn't connect both stories. So but yeah, he talked about his dad twice here. He talked about how his dad was a lawyer and he wanted to catch Bot on some shit and he would work really hard for it. And then Bot would Bot just wasn't gonna let a black man just take them down, just a singular dude, and then just hire a bunch of lawyers, and they kind of got him. And the dad continued to work so hard that eventually he just died out of like a heart attack or something. He just got so stressed and so overworked that he just passed away like that. And I like that MM says that he passed that disease down to him. And I'm not sure if by disease he means like literally, like he has some condition where if he stresses himself too much, he'll get like a heart attack and die. Or if he means the fact that MM carried on his legacy of like, I'm carrying his fight with me, and that's gonna be the death of me. And if I'm not careful, I don't want that to pass down to my children too. Which is what he said, so I'm thinking that's what he meant, you know? Like, I don't want my children to be like me. I'm like my dad, but I want my children to be like me, you know, because that's bad. Because I know how that ends. So that's really good. Dude, the face of Valerie's brother, what was his name? Myron? Something like that? Myron. General trivia. In the comics issues 35, 36, nothing like it in the world. MM also goes to detail about his family history with Vought when he opens up to Huey. In the comics, his father also died at his desk, though not over a typewriter. Okay. Sure. But Myron, this guy, the way he died, bro, they showed his face. The thing is that he was still alive. His face was off. Face off, you know, like that shitty movie. It was so raw. It was so raw. Anyway, so that happened. Dude, the dump that fucking Stormfront is Liberty, that fucked me. I was like, bro, really? Okay, she's immortal then. She doesn't age, so we'll see what happens then. Then we have the storyline. We only saw it like in 3 scenes or whatever, where Frenchie is high as fuck. Kimiko is grieving over her dead brother, and Frenchie tried to kiss her. Here's the thing. 1, it's Frenchie, so sure, he kisses people. 2, he was high as fuck. So I don't hate or dislike or whatever Frenchie for kissing Kimiko. He was high as fuck. But also, that sucks. Because that is kind of like a selfish thing to do. It is. Because like, it's like, oh, your brother died, let's make up. It's like, no. Like, I was like, please hug this woman. Please hug Kimiko. You know, just give her a shoulder to cry on. Kind of thing. But he just straight away went for the kiss. And I understand he's high. But also, that feels so wrong and bad. And I like that Kimiko was like, fuck off. And then Frenchie went to the other woman. I don't know her name. I could check actually. X-Ray, save me. Where's the scene? Where's here? X-Ray, save me. Sherry, okay. So Frenchie went to Sherry. And they banged or whatever. And I like that Sherry doubled as Frenchie's therapist. Like straight up just a therapist. Just like she was the voice of reason. But I liked it also Frenchie was, because Sherry was like, let her grieve alone. Give her space. But then Frenchie was like, why should anyone have to grieve alone? Like, I could be there for her. But that was also not the thing to do. You have to go and apologize and be like, listen, I'm here for you if you need anything. I'm not gonna force myself into your grieving, but I'm just gonna sit here, and if you need anything, I'm gonna be right here. Thing is that then Kimiko went after Stormfront at her rally, and I was like, oh no. But then I thought, maybe French will stop her. Maybe French will stop her, and he did, and I love that. I love that he just showed up and stopped her. But then Kimiko got angry at him for doing that. So hopefully that's not gonna snowball out of control. What else happened in the episode? Homelander just threw Maeve and Elena under the bus. Elena, I think it's Elena. He just threw them under the bus. Well, I say under the bus, but like he was just like, we have a gay member in our midst, and it's like, yeah, really, who's gay? Queen Maeve. She's a strong lesbian, and Maeve was like, hey, yes, I am, and Homelander is like, yes, and she has a wonderful girlfriend. Her name is Elena. And it's like, oh, yes, I do, and then the interview ends, and she's like, what did you do, Elena? Why did you do that? Why? And Homelander's like, she's fine. The thing is that Homelander, I don't think he did anything to Elena, but that is such a bad thing to do. That is such a creepy thing to do. I'm so worried. Like, here's the thing, is that Homelander at this point has started the process of detaching himself from everything and everyone. And at this point, he has. Like, he detached himself from Maeve right here. So Maeve doesn't have to lie to him or do anything anymore. Maeve is just like, all right, I'm a lesbian. There's this woman that I know, and I love her, and I always loved her, and I continue to love her. And Homelander is like, yeah, okay, you can go and love your woman all you want. I don't care. It's really that difficult for me to believe that I'm happy that you're happy. And then he just walks away, and I'm like, I am worried because this man does not care anymore. So I'm just like, ugh. Anyway, moving on. I start in it. Well, deep getting a wife, deep getting a cult wife that fits his image better, so he can join into the 7 again better. Also, A-Train is getting kicked out of the 7, apparently. Shockwave is replacing him. Homelander just told him, go fuck yourself. It's funny because they're talking about, the diversity thing in the 7 in the interview, but then it's like, we got A-Train, he's black. We got Black Noir, he's nothing, It's like, and then it's like, we don't have a lesbian. It's like, what? But then they're kicking Noir, and it's like, they're kicking A-Train, not Noir. Noir's great. But it's like, man, okay. But also, and I've been saving this one for last, I didn't forget. It's the idea, like everything about Becca. So Butcher gets the information from, what's her name? X-Ray? It was very early on in the episode. What's her name? Mallory. I didn't even check Mallory. There we go. So, Mallory. He gets the information where Becca is because of Mallory. And I like that, like, Mallory explained, because, like, Butcher was like, we had a deal and it didn't come through. And Mallory is because, well, she has this nightmare where, everyone who's been, like, wronged or been a victim to superhero crimes is just sitting there, and she's, like, on a stage and everyone's just staring at her. And I like that she goes, the reason why I'm giving you this is because I'd like to just have one less face staring at me in my nightmare. Because she did kind of convince Butcher of like fucking Homelander, kill your wife. We're gonna get him. Let's fucking get him. And Butcher's like, yeah, I'm gonna get him. And then Mallory's like, I'm sorry I turned you into this. And I'm sorry I told you she died when she didn't. You should have been looking for her. So here you go. Here's the information. So that was great. I love that from Mallory. Then Butcher goes and infiltrates inside the Truman Show dome and meets Becca. And I was worried that Becca was gonna get found by Homelander and killed. And then, oh, Noir saw that Butcher was in the dome, so Homelander's gonna know about that. And oh man, anyway, so Butcher was in the dome, and they hung out with Becca, and they talk, and they finally talked. They got to share about each other's lives and everything that's been going on, and they got to know each other a little bit better, and they bang, sure. But here's the thing. Becca can see what Butcher not only has become, but what he is, a little bit. It's the idea that Butcher says, before I met you, I was nothing, and you saved me. But then Becca, she's very honest, and she tells him, you put me in a pedestal, whatever you pronounce it. You put me in a pedestal. Like, I couldn't save you. Like, I didn't save you. Like, Butcher sees Becca as this, like, holy being of goodness and greatness and my entire motivator for me to live. Meanwhile, Becca has been living without Butcher for several years. She has a son. And that's not to say that she doesn't love him. But it is to say that she wasn't as obsessed about Butcher as Butcher was obsessed about her. Because in many ways, Butcher was a little bit obsessed about Becca, and he was like, oh, Becca's my everything. But Becca, this is not to say that Becca's a bad person, because I don't think she is. I think that Butcher was too much. And he was too much to begin with. Like, as a person, he depended on Becca in order to be a decent person. And then when Becca, everything happened, Butcher spiraled out of control. He just gave in. And then Becca is like, I see you. Like, this is like the worst version of you. Like, you became all the worst parts about you after I was gone. But it's not that you became this out of nowhere. You were always this. You were always someone that depended on me to be decent. But, like, the thing is that, like, he's relying on her too much. And this is something that you could actually, like, see. Because the lengths he went for Becca is bad and obsessive. And I like a lot that the show grabs Becca and goes, Becca doesn't like what you are. Becca doesn't like what you did. Becca doesn't like this, like, these traits in you, Butcher. To the point that she is the person that tells you, leave. I don't want to be with you. And given the reason why she doesn't want to be with him is because of Ryan, because she feels that Butcher is just gonna he's not gonna kill Ryan. In some ways, I don't know if he could, but he's just gonna be able to get separated. He's like, well, me and Becca and then the Ryan kid can do whatever. But then Becca is like, no, I'm not gonna abandon my child, because first of all, it's her child. She cares about him. But also the idea that if we just abandon him, he just becomes Homelander 2.0, and then what the fuck do we do? Like, he's gonna grow up with a mom, we're gonna take care of him, it's gonna be great. So that's probably, like, my favorite thing that this episode did, like, main plot wise and character development wise, is the idea that Butcher obsessed too much over Becca. He put Becca in too big of a pedestal, and Becca doesn't like that. And Becca's just like, fucking leave, go away. I'm just gonna take care of my child, I'm gonna raise him good, and I don't need to be with you. And that's not to say that she doesn't care about him, she doesn't love him, because she clearly cares about him, because she made the deal with Homelander. But the thing is that I like Butcher is too much, and I like that Becca is the one that tells him that. And I hope sincerely that Butcher changes as a result of this. He realizes this is wrong and moves on from that. Because in some way, the only reason he could grow is if Becca herself told them, bro, you need to chill. Bro, you need to stop obsessing over me. Like, I don't want that. I don't like that. Stop. And that is like the only way he could stop. Because in Butcher's mind, he's like, I gotta save Becca. But then it's like, it's not really about saving Becca as much as it is about you getting to be with Becca again, which is kind of a selfish desire. And Becca's like, bro, you need to chill. So now hopefully he'll be able to chill. So I really like that. And then in the end, she's like, you're going to leave alone and I'm just going to stay here with Ryan. So there you go. As for predictions as to where this could go, again, I keep the prediction of Homelander's just going to kill Becca and then he's going to say Butcher did it. And then the kid is going to become another antagonist to us and it's going to suck. Homelander is now more of a fucking psychopath that he was before. Stormfront is Homelander's mom. Maybe she's even bought herself, like she was the original scientist that created V, and she made herself immortal. Maybe she found this formula for immortality, and she never made that like public or for anyone to use it because she thinks immortality is only for her. So there you go. Or maybe her superpower is just being young forever, but she also has like the electricity or some shit or whatever Liberty was capable of doing. Maybe she just has all superpowers. Maybe she's like all for one in My Hero. She takes people's powers. Maybe that's her superpower. She's like all for one. She takes people's powers. And since she's been alive for like 70 years or whatever, and she saw like every test subject, she went to every test subject and she was like, I'm taking your power. And one of them was immortality. And she was like, I'm taking that too. So now I'm immortal. I don't age. And she only uses her electricity powers or whatever because that's her cover right now on Storefront. So there we go. We had the confrontation of Homelander and Annie. And hopefully, like, luckily Annie was able to bullshit her way out of it. She was half bullshitting, half being honest. So Homelander is like, all right, I'm letting you leave. I'm letting you go. Because he was ready to kill her, so there you go. I like that Huey recognized that Annie was not doing well, and he was like, all right, she needs this. She needs to come with us, so that was good. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. We had really good Black Noir scenes. Black Noir is fantastic. I love Black Noir. But yeah, anyway, I think that's pretty much it about this episode. I think there might be some stuff that I need to talk about, but for the time being, I think that's it. Okay, thank you so much for watching this reaction episode to The Boys. Yeah. And alright, thank you for watching that. But if you would like to watch next episode's reaction already, should be up on Patreon, as well as full-length reactions. Check out the link in the description for that, social media, and I'll see you next time, okay? Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.